Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be trying to build the perfect home in The Sims 4. Whenever you're looking at the product page of The Sims 4, whether it's on their official website here or like on Steam or the EA app, they have, promotional material. Obviously, we've got the Sims on that side. We've got Create a Sim stuff here, Create Unique Sims. And for build mode, they have this image that says build the perfect home. Are they implying that this house is perfect? Effortlessly build and design ideal homes for your Sims using build mode. Construct the home of your and their dreams by planning its layout, choosing furnishings and altering the landscape and terrain. So yeah, this is what we're recreating. I first wanted to do this because whenever I see this image, I actually kind of think this house looks cool. Like, I don't know, it's kind of interesting because it's up on another level. Sims are sort of walking underneath it, coming up to the front door. And then as soon as I looked a little bit closer, a lot more questionable things popped up. This house is definitely built to look good for an image and to promote the game. But as soon as you look closely for gameplay, it makes no sense. First things first, if you don't know, this here in the background is actually the lot in Willow Creek that is the park. So they've built this on the park lot. The entrance to the lot is over here, and they put the front door at the back of the house. And that's just kind of where it starts. It gets a lot wackier as we look closer, but we will build this house and just see how wacky it gets. So yeah, as I said, they actually built that lot here at the Magnolia Blossom Park. So they essentially are being like, yeah, you can build your dream home. Just demolish a national park, it'll be fine. So let's go ahead and remove this. Also, side note, I'm pretty sure that they left this house as a park, because if you have a look at how many Sims are in this lot, and they're just all kind of doing their own thing, it's not like really focused like a party would be. I think they literally just built this on the park and played the game and, and I took a photo of it. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is just try rebuild the shape and size, and then we'll move everything where it needs to be. Well, at least roughly. Okay, so this is our wall where that living room is. Oh, actually, you know what? I think they're using medium walls by the looks of it. Like this high. Yeah. I think that looks about right. So I'm just gonna build the house. I know it's not actually built on the ground floor. It's actually built on the second level. But let's start here. I think they've gone with this color. Yeah, I'm gonna build it on the ground floor, then we'll move it up. In the promo image, they have a room that's kind of sitting here that they're currently like moving, essentially. So I'm just gonna build it as like they've placed it against the house, because otherwise it's completely detached. And to be honest, what we could do is when we take our final picture, we could just move it out and do the same thing. Okay, that's looking good. And I'm gonna do the side. There's like a little bit of a diagonal bit at the back of the house as well. So, oh, I should probably also mention, I did have a look on the gallery to see if they shared this house. As far as I could tell, they couldn't, but they very well may have. So if they have shared this house, then this is just a fun recreation challenge. If they haven't, this is still a fun recreation challenge. I think that's the right shape. I mean, it looks like it, so I'm gonna guess that it is. Look, there's a little bit of trial and error here. So this wall basically should line up with the middle of that window, which now it does, which is great. Okay, so that's all enclosed, which I think this is the shape we're going with. Let's just double check. Right here, this wall, yeah, should be 7, because if we have a look at the image, there we can see the 7 sections of these tiles. That means there's 7 tiles there. So I'm sort of looking at that, and then we can see some of the grid squares as well, which does help. Obviously, we know the windows are 2 tiles wide, so I've used that. But everything seems to line up, so I think we've got the right size. Now, obviously, like I said earlier, this is on the wrong level, so we need to move the whole thing up 1 level. So let's do that. I'm just gonna clone it. Oh, I really thought it would bring the windows with us, but that's okay. Now, I think they've done something sneaky here, because obviously the house has to be on the second level, because you cannot have a ground floor house and have like these walls underneath where Sims can walk. Like, you can have a house raised up on foundation that has like the platform posts, but Sims won't be able to walk under that, and you definitely won't be able to have it open like this. So this is definitely on the second level. I'm guessing the terrain goes as high as it can underneath, and then the rest of it you can see they've just covered with plants. So I'm pretty sure they're just covering up the gap of where the house is like floating above the ground by using plants. So we're doing that too. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to this floor. Now we're gonna basically just delete everything. So our house is now on the second floor, perfect. Now let's recreate the columns that we can see. I also wanna check, I think these might be too tall. We can actually figure out the exact height by counting the number of stairs they have. But before we do that, let's build the little entrance area here. Now, I'm pretty sure they're using all base game stuff, at least as far as I can tell. So we will do the same. So I think it's just this fence here. Yeah, so if I connect it to there, that's fine. That's about where it is. Then we go down 5 steps. So the way we can actually work this out, let's just grab the terrain tool, and I'm just going to do this till it's right underneath. Then we can use this flatten tool, not that one. Flatten it to this height, and we'll go from here, and then we'll adjust the stairs. You know, underneath the house, we probably should have it all there. So I think they're using this base game stair in this or this gray, probably this one, and it's sitting here. All right, now, if we use the other flatten tool, this one, if we use the square brackets plus control, as it says on the tooltip there, we can move this up and down. And wherever this little square is where we're going to level to. You can also just do it using this thing, but it's kind of easier to use this. All right, so we know we need to go to 5 steps. So all we're going to do, we've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be 5 steps down. Obviously, I'll replace the stairs in just a second. They have it there. So that's 5 steps. Beautiful. Then from here, we got to go 9 steps further down. So let's see what that is. So that's down here. So yeah, we're not on the ground level. So I think, you know what? Actually, it might still be medium wall height, because if we made this smaller, I don't think we'd have enough height in the steps. I think what they've done, again, if we look at the image, okay, if we look at the image again, look around, specifically around the columns, there's a bunch of bushes. I think the column is digging into the ground and they've just put bushes around it. So I think they've done, it's like this, and then I put bushes around it, which is fine because we can totally do that. It's just so funny. All right, let me get the stairs and like the basic underneath stuff going on here. All right, we're getting somewhere now. What I don't understand is where this pathway goes, because it turns here, goes under the house, then around the back. This looks like it's part of this balcony, and then this looks like it's down on ground level, the pool, which is okay. So I guess the pathway must come underneath. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and say it goes under, and then it turns, and then probably connects out this way somewhere into this area. But I don't know, that's just a guess. Also, the path down the bottom here, it kind of goes nowhere. Because if we look at the lot, that pathway is just doing this. I mean, I guess it's joining to this maybe, but look, it doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Now, I also need to move the house slightly, because I think if I put the camera in roughly the same spot where they took the photo from, I should be able to see more of this tree. So I think it needs to shift more towards the camera, like where I am now. So I'm gonna move the whole lot. Oh my gosh, look at this house. Awesome, amazing. All right, let's, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's the rest of the house. Okay, I am going to go ahead and see if I can get the rest of the exterior stuff in, like the balconies you sort of see out the back of the house and around the top level. So I'll get those in place and I'll catch up with you. Okay, just checking in. I've added this back balcony, which is, I don't think it's quite perfect. I think I need to cut a little bit of the corner out there maybe just to, or I've noticed as well, I think the camera angle is still not exactly right, but I mean, it's close enough. And what I discovered is I think there's stairs here. So I've put those there. If we have a look back at the image. So back over here is where we're looking. So what I think is these are stairs. There's like a grass sort of raised upper level here. I'm not really sure what that is, if it goes anywhere. It's really hard to tell. And then I think you can go from that lower level around the side here, because I think this is probably the same level as that. And I think all of that is probably at this same level here, like over there, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm currently working on. Also, the half wall there isn't painted, so we will not be painting our half wall either. Looks like they have this sort of fence going along the side here. I'm sure it doesn't go all the way along. It probably stops like here somewhere, because it's just covered in bushes. All right, well, we'll come back to that. Let's go over here. Our thing over the side. So if I go like this angle, we got this guy sort of in the corner here somewhere, and then 4 planters. I think we're on the right track. I think I need to adjust it a little bit, so let's fix it. Oh yeah, that's it there. Like that, I think that's pretty much spot on for this area back here. Okay, so yeah, we got this pathway going underneath. I'm not really sure how this gets anywhere yet. You know what, why don't we just try to go with that? Because if I just went straight through like this, right, you can't see that from this image at all, but it connects through. What we could also do is build a bridge. I think I have to be a little higher than this though. I don't know how well this is gonna work, but you know what? This is totally gonna work. Heck yeah! We can build like a little bridge here. I have no idea if this is what the original build had, but this is what we have, so over that section. So if we go back to this angle, you can't even see that. That's beautiful, because that means we can do whatever we want there. Oh, I actually also forgot, the kitchen definitely has full-size windows here. I think it must be here and here in the middle, and then they just put cabinets over it, so we definitely have windows there though. Maybe what we do instead is underneath here, we change the height of this footpath to be lower. So they'll step down in the middle here somewhere. And we can use, I was saying we can use terrain paint, but none of them really match, do they? Okay, I'm trying to work this out using the position of objects. I mean, this is definitely not right, but I'm kind of happy that it's sort of close enough. But the way I've laid it out with the bridge, the underneath section, that's kind of how it's working. And then I've also put stairs here, which I don't think is right, so I'm gonna get rid of those. I think potentially what's going on here is we have another section at this level just here. Hang on, let me remove some of this floor underneath. Okay, I'm gonna go with this for now. I've got like a step here. I don't know where that's going. I might get rid of that, but we got stairs that go down here, so that makes it a little bit more practical. Haven't really figured out the entrance yet, but we'll get to that. Let's figure out the pool. I think that's the last important section of this whole thing. So let's just build the shape of it first, and then we'll figure out the position of it. Okay, good news. Got the pool pretty much down. I think that, to me, looks pretty good. Gosh, this build is brutal, guys. And now we're gonna try and connect all the dots, because it's like, what is this? Okay, I've made a few changes, because I think, thinking about it, this might be how it works. You know what, I'd be really interested to see this actual build. But what I've done is I've actually added stairs here, so you go underneath and you can walk up and around. And then I'm gonna add some stairs here in a second, but just working that out, because I realized in the photo there's actually a couch out here. So I'm gonna figure out how that fits in. So I think there is probably an area here that all connects around. That's my assumption, my educated guess. I mean, I think probably all of this is wrong. I mean, I don't know what's going on over here, but you know, we've got the pool connected out the back there. Another pathway going around, you know, we're just gonna work it out. I just gotta put in some kitchen stuff because we have, these counters aren't sitting against the wall, I just realized, they're like here. And then we have the super duper expensive stove and the super duper expensive fridge. And we have a full height cabinet that is, I think, this color. All right, let's have a look. How have they done this? I think they've put it there. And then from there we have these coming along. They're just cut in. I think I need to do smaller windows, which is fine. I'll do that in a second. This is so bizarre. I think either this cabinet has been moved into a different spot or this is like intersecting with it here or something. It's very strange. Oh, maybe that's why they put it here so that in the photo you don't see the gap. That's actually kind of funny. Yeah, I think that's what they did. And then that's probably why this has moved over a bit. But you know, I'm gonna leave these on the grid because otherwise that's gonna get, everything's gonna get too complicated. All right, so like this, and then I think I'll just get the single wall height version of those. Yeah, that looks about right, because then we can see the wall above. Cool. Okay, so this is my final exterior layout and positioning of everything. Just get some flooring there too. In terms of where the fences are, this will change out obviously when we do all the plants and shrubbery, but in terms of where pathways and stuff go, this is what I've got. I don't, it's very strange, but I think it at least connects everything up in a way that kind of works. Also, it's sort of in a position that makes sense when looking from the other angle, which is the most important. I mean, it still looks pretty cool, and to be honest, I think once we get a bunch of shrubs in here to cover up a lot of the weird stuff, especially, I think we're gonna have to do like tall shrubs out here just to cover half the kitchen. I think it'll look pretty cool. Time for the actual interior. And then I guess I'll do all the bushes and shrubs last. All right, the wallpaper, they're using a lot of this red. I'm sure they definitely use these kind of colors on the inside to make it look more interesting in a screenshot, but I would not recommend. And then they're using this white as well on the other walls. I'm just gonna assume the ones we can't see are gonna be that white. And then we're gonna do the flooring, which looks like it's this one. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. And the kitchen is black, but it's hard to tell exactly what. I mean, I think it might be these tiles, but it's kind of hard to tell, to be honest. It could also just be black concrete potentially, which actually kind of looks more like it is. So I might do that. Okay, walls and floors, I think we've got in the main space. Time for lighting, which is very weird. If you look over in the kitchen, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 of these stacked. Yeah, like that. And then we have this, I think probably roughly there. Okay, I'm not gonna get the lights exactly the right spot because I just don't think it's possible for me to do that. Okay, got some lighting in. We'll probably need to do more lighting, but I think that's a good start. All right, let's do the rest of the kitchen. Okay, the furnishing is so bizarre. Look at this thing. This here is like one of the potted plants scaled up massively. Not only that, if we look like in this window, look at this pot plant here. It's massive. And this one as well. They've done a lot of like scaling of items to make it, I guess, just look better in the screenshot. But it's so funny when you look up close at this stuff. Okay, as far as I'm aware, I've completed the living space, which of course is only full from this angle. As soon as we turn around the other way, this whole half is blank. But you know, I'm just building what I see in the photo. Also, the kitchen has nothing on this wall either. I think there's some other lights over here that we can't see because there is a bit of light coming from this side. We also don't have, like, it's not completely functional because, well, we got a fridge, stove, and a bin, but there's no sink or anything, or dishwasher. I'm gonna put that over here. And yeah, I think we have to have some sort of wall lighting because I don't think there's any room for anything else. So we'll just do a couple. Actually, you know what? That sort of lighting glitch kind of looks like maybe if we, it's not quite right, but we'll do that. Right. Probably should paint the exterior too because I haven't even done that. So, but I think getting that whole section done makes it feel a lot more like it's coming together. All right, the outside is pretty much all this thing. I'm not sure which color it is though. Oh, actually it could be this color. Okay, I'm gonna go with this slightly warmer toned one because I think that one, if it's not this one, it matches better. So I'm gonna use it. Okay, then yeah, all my columns are using this stone. There we go. And then this front section here is actually something else. It looks like it's this, a bit like brown. Does this have a brown? Yeah, you know what? I think it's that color. You know what? That's kind of a vibe. I kind of like that. And then it must be this in that gray, like that. This room doesn't have it, but I guess because it's not joined to the building, so I'm going to leave it off. I don't know if these rooms have it, but they have it now. I'll leave it off the balcony too, I think. Sweet. Okay, I'm going to do this room, which is like a bathroom. Okay, that's the bathroom. I couldn't quite figure out exactly what was here, but I think that there was like toothbrush and I wasn't sure there, so I did soap. One thing you might notice, there is literally no entrance to this because they've built the bathroom all along this wall, so there's no room for a door anywhere. That's fine. Now, the thing I gotta do before I forget and completely move on is we gotta do the blinds in the living room, which I believe are just these in red, and it's only on the front windows like that. Yeah, I think that's right. Unless it could also be that color, which is pretty much the same, but a little bit darker. You know, I think it actually might be that one. Yeah. And then the bathroom has, I think these. Oh, wait, no. It's got these. Individual, wait, no. Hang on. They definitely have two, like side by side. No, I think it is this, but I think, you know what I think it is? I think they scaled it down. I think it's two of those scaled down like that. Yeah. They've done a lot of scaling and sneaky move objects in this build. Okay, little progress update. I've just moved around all the lights so they fit better. So if we scroll between the two now, you can see just how close we're getting. I think it's looking so good. I mean, it's really coming together. And quite honestly, you see a lot of strange things. This is really quite obviously built for a picture because when we go above, these lights do not line up with this table at all. Yeah, I don't know. It's very strange. This light, at least in the kitchen, actually is over top of the island, which is nice. And then the couches in this living space, especially with the piano and all that, it's very odd. But that's just how it is. Another very odd thing, which you might have already noticed, the bedroom doors are sliding glass doors. Literally, it's like these doors here. So that's nice. All right, let's do these bedrooms as well. I'm pretty sure they just had to go for color because we got that. I'm not totally sure what the other bedroom is. I think it's actually just wooden floorboards looking on it, but I can't be certain of that. Oh, they've done the little light thing again. On this wall, they've just got all the lights coming down like this. All right, I'm gonna keep working on these bedrooms. Okie dokie, so this is what I could see from this bedroom. No curtains or anything in it. Very, very hot pink. Scaled up shelves up top. Glass sliding door. And then I think this is a counter here. I wasn't super sure, but it looked like I wasn't sure what else it could be. And then all I could make out from this room is there was exercise equipment, this shelf, I think a scaled up corkboard, a light, and mirrors. So if I just jump down the bottom here, and then so if we're looking the top right here, I think at least the bedroom, I think we've got pretty much spot on. And I guess the gym is as close as we're going to get as well. And there's probably a bed in there. I might as well put a bed, but there's no way I can be sure that that exists in that room. But let's just go ahead and assume that this is also a bedroom, because it probably is. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. That'll be fine. it's so bad. But I guess that's the interior, right? I think I got everything. I might have missed some stuff. Who's to say? Let's do a roof, because I feel like we never saw the roof in this place, but I feel like it has a roof. Okay, I just did this. It's really simple, just flat roof, using a few different levels with the platform tool and half walls, but I think it at least makes it look somewhat interesting. I mean, it still looks pretty bad from this side. Like, this wall just doesn't have windows. So this is what it looks like. It's time to do the landscaping. And with that, I think we are finally done on this build. It took me around about, what, 4 hours maybe? But it's totally worth it. I think overall, this build has a lot of potential to, like, I mean, first of all, if you just add windows here and stuff, it'll actually look really cool. And probably if you just fix up this balcony so it's not identical to the image. But yeah, I think it's a dang cool house. The original reason I wanted to build this is because whenever I saw that image on the Sims 4 like product page, I was like, that looks cool. It looks really cool. The fact that it's up on like pylons and it's got these huge glass windows with these nice stairs coming up this hillside with all the plants on it, it looks really nice. Just when you start looking a little closer, things get a bit funky. Like the couch placement in this room and the coffee table. The fact that this bathroom has a giant plant in it, also no doors to the rest of the house, but that's fine. To be fair, in the original image, it's like under construction because it's like separate. The kitchen as well is a little weird, but you know, overall, I think this would be a really good like fixer-upper if you came in and changed it and sort of put stuff in that makes a bit more sense. Also, I guess keeping in mind, because this is like a product image, it's obviously built to look good from this one angle, and also using bright colors that catch the eye. I think it was obviously front of mind when they did this. You know, the bright red, the pink, and all the green and all that. It does look good in an image. Maybe not so much in gameplay, but other than that, very cool. But let's do the final comparison to the image to see how close I actually got. Okay, here is their image. Just kidding, this is my one. That's right. I mean, you can probably tell there's no Sims in it. But yeah, this is my one. I've just adjusted the room so that it is in the same spot and has the same look. Now, let's pull in the original image. All right, here we go. Bring it in. Oh, I mean, it's pretty dang close. Obviously, I think the exact flower placement and the exact rolling of the hills is never gonna be identical. I don't think I was gonna be able to do that. But the major elements, everything is there. It's all really close. And I mean, I couldn't be happier that this turned out as close as it did as an overall look. I am definitely very, very happy and pleased with the results. It is good. It is very, very good. And I hope you guys enjoy the process of this. Well, just before we head off, we'll have one final look at the lot. I'm just leaving the bathroom there for now. I mean, I think it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. It is very wacky, especially all these pathways I've done over here. But I mean, the original build could have made a lot more sense. It's just the fact that I can't see it. So all of this I was just making up. And as long as it looked the same from the angle, I was like, that's all we need to do. So who knows what this actually looked like. And if it is on the gallery, please do let me know if the original one is up. Because I would love to see the original house to see what it actually looked like. Yeah, my pathway that goes underneath is a little funny too. I just did some terrain painting down there as you saw, just, I don't know, make it look a little less weird. And some plants, though, having said that, having plants under there, I don't know how well that would grow. They'd probably just be weeds. But yeah, that is the build. I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. Well, there you go. There's my version of the build. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in downloading this, I will link it in the description down below, or you can find it on my gallery, James Turner YT. And if you're interested in seeing behind the scenes content here on the channel, make sure to hit that join button. You can also use some sweet emojis in the comments down below and also in live stream chats. But I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching and have an awesome day.